I just found a way to give myself the insurance that I would have a happy life for the rest of my life. Here's how I did it. I have looked back over the last 7 years, particularly like the last 6 months of all of my activities and my memories, and basically these are the worst periods of my entire life. And while I was in those worst periods of my entire life, I was doing the things that I do. I wrote, I was a writer, okay, and the lifestyle of a writer, okay. So now, as I look back on those, now I have basically what I need to survive happily and basically forever. I'm set enough, okay. I look at things forward and I look at them rationally, I look at them logically, of course, because I want them to work. And I see the landscape of what I still do, which is I'm a writer, and I live the lifestyle of a writer, where I go things the way I behave, you know. And I look at what is in front of me, which I know now, which is not changing, which is my lifestyle of San Francisco as a writer in this fixed income place, and you know what the money I make in that. So a betting that is not, there's no threat, there's nothing, it's a free threat. I mean, it's a free thing, right? So I look forward at it, even though I have lots of ideas of writing and stuff like that, and friends and everything, and I look at it, it's very empty. I look at it forward, I'm going, well, this is it, right? Because I've had a career, and basically I'm retired, you know, and stuff, right? I'm retired in San Francisco, and I look at this, over the next 30 years, I look how empty this is going to be, and like, is this it? It's like, this is all there is. You have to ask these questions. And I would be content to do that. It's not depressing to me, because I'm driven by this thing that has always kept me going through everything, to keep me surviving through homelessness, which is writing, which is the calling to do that. So I would meander on just into the future years in that mundane state. I would do that because of my satisfaction of being a writer. Okay, and I know that. It doesn't make me happy, but I know that. I know I have no choice with that. But my point is this, that this morning I gave myself, it's an incredible observation. I was thinking, because I look back at those now, I look back at the times, and I'm doing what I'm doing now, because I can see there's me at the typewriter, I'm in wherever I am, and they're awful, they're terrible, and I always consistently have said to myself, even day after day as I've improved mentally, when I think about this, how did I survive that state? How did I can't read, maybe I'm better now, but oh my God, would I just kill me now? Like, how did I survive it? Mentally, just going, I can't stand the noise in my head, the fear, the worries, the displacement, the inconvenience of trying to do something things. So I had a consistent thing to see these behaviors. It wasn't just serendipity, it would be writing through this. So with that question line, how the hell did I survive? I realized just today, because I hadn't named things for myself. I've always been outside, like conscious myself, my spirit, my soul, right? And I realized that my spirit, I realized that through it all, I was happy. Through all of it, even though the memories are terrible, I was happy. I was actually, because I was working, I was writing. I know, happy the whole time. I never cried, I never depressed, you know. And then it hit me how my spirit kept me happy through it, right? And so that hit me then, that I look forward. Then I said, I'm going to steal that then. If that's the spirit, right? I can't control that. That's right. I'm going to take that then, that knowledge that the spirit did that all that line of stuff, that's how I survived it. And since I didn't make the spirit, I said, I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it in the future. Okay? I'm going to say, look at all this stuff I think it's mundane. I look at it and I say, wow, how will I survive through that? It's so boring. I know I have to as a writer. And it gave me this assurance. I was like, oh my God, my spirit will be there with me too. So no matter what it is, that's really bad, this is not, I'll be happy. And it just gave me, it was my rest of my life will be happy. I'll be happy through whatever it is because of my spirit. Because if that, I was happy through. And now look at my future life as that. And it just, oh my God, I just filled me with so much joy that I'll be happy going forward into just the mundane stuff of the security of the future that I love. It's unbelievable. It just brought me to tears knowing that, because you look logically and you miss the emotions, unless you're torn by the emotions. You look at the past logically, you look at the situation it was. So when you look at other things in the future, you're only getting a projection of that, and it affects, like, oh, it's gonna be bad on you, decision making. It's all false, basically. But the spirit, the idea that the spirit there will fucking keep me up, it's just, it just filled me with an amazing amount of humanity and like optimism, man. You know, because that's that. So that's logical, man.